Friday, the monster was in action. Isn't that his nickname, right? The monster.
We got two monsters running around here. Okay.
Yeah. Won't. Yeah, you're right. You're
It's,
right.
it's always interesting, because when I was growing up, the monster meant something different, but not to get into that meaning of the monster. Uh, Inoue, 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 Inoue. Inoue, the most active, the busiest, the living legend. I had the commentator saying that this guy's already a Hall of Famer. Inoue, looking at his activity, looking at the type of fights, looking at the risk taking that he takes. How many fights did he have in 2024? About 6? I can't remember.
It was like 5. I believe it was 5.
Fellas,
It's only right that he comes back in January.
Yeah, probably he's the first premier fighter to break it off, to jump it. And what's your take on this one? Because this was funny. It was banter. What's your take on this one?
Right, just for the knockout. I mean, for me, I guess I'm selfishly wanting him to fight in America. Like, come on, man, we got to stop having these generational talents fighting on a Tuesday or whatever day it was. Like, come on, we want to be able to enjoy it and celebrate the greatness of some of these fighters that are out here, but watching them on a Tuesday, Wednesday, that's a selfish American opinion of mine, but really just want to see him fight more, diverse competition, and see if we can get him outside of that Pacific Islander area. Maybe even fight some of those Eastern Europeans that have been really skilled in the ring. Maybe some guys in the UK and some more Americans. So that's just more my opinion from it, because the guy really did stand a chance. Did stand a chance with him, man. Come on,
clean performance, right? Clean. It's like a contract hit, right? Just clean, like sniper.
Right.
Exactly.
And the audacity of him to say, "Yo, give me more. Come on." He was like, "I didn't feel that," and he was like, "All right, here's this 2 and he's like, hold that," and then he fell down. He, like you said, I like that analogy. He's like a sniper, very clinical, very clean. He comes in and he does what he has to do, and he gets out of that ring. How impressive is a super bantamweight fighter like him to have that type of knockout rate? How impressive! I mean, have we seen this since? Okay, let me pull it back. I'm now looking at my Rolodex of fighters in there. Pacquiao had that. Pacquiao had a pretty good record too.
Oh yeah, he spans several divisions. He started out a little higher, but from me watching Inoue, it's like the precision, like LT alluded to, the punching technique. It's always just so precise, and the punch selection is always right, and the accuracy is like second to none, and it's consistent. It's just clean. So you can't help but want to see him be challenged at some point, because as of now, it doesn't really seem like he's been challenged. I think Donito Nonaire may have been one of his tougher fights, but yeah, man. I mean, just all around, just crisp, clean, efficient, and that's how he can generate that power to create those knockouts.
Yeah, and he is what he has to be, because otherwise nobody would care. Honestly, like that's the unfortunate reality of those lower weight classes. It's like,
can we talk about
not a whole lot of money there, but he's like Dion in the corner position right now.
Yeah. Could we talk about his the factor that, and I think LT brought it up, he fights from home. Cam G, you train. What extra vim? What extra like boost up power do you get fighting behind your people, cheering you on? Like,
some people would say that it works against you a little bit, because the demands from family and friends, and then it's the pressure you put on yourself just as an athlete. But since he has had so many fights at home, Someone like him probably more well adjusted to fighting in front of his home crowd. Now him potentially fighting in America, now that may be something where he's a little unsettled, and you can see some, going on early in the fight. But he seems to be somebody that's just extremely focused. They may not rattle him, but he is human. There's nerves, guys, which are sometimes good, can be put to use. But I think for him, it's probably comfortable. Some guys, they don't like it. I heard Andre Ward talk about this actually, about fighting in front of his home fans. So, it's one of those things. He may need to get away to see if he had those nerves or still.
Yeah, because like really and truly, we talk about an AJ. AJ 0-1 fighting in the United States. I'm saying,
he was out there training in Miami. He was in Miami with the Miami.
Yeah, and he has a pretty good record in Saudi Arabia, but it's not like when he's out there in the UK. The UK, getting rid of people like Klitschko and so on and so forth. Like AJ, low-key, he's done his thing in the UK, but like fighting away is where he that home team thing is not a factor. And really and truly, like, this is just me being a fan and not I know what the results is going to be, but I would like to see Cool Boy Steph getting his lick back. I felt like he was Cool Boy Steph dared to be great, and I think Cool Boy could fight him a little different next time. And also, let's make it neutral.
Hey, he gotta get past this test right here. Figueroa coming up again.
Oh yeah.
So it says here, ESPN's reporting that he's got at least 2 more fights for this calendar year. One in Saudi Arabia, and then before that, possibly Las Vegas.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about. You got some Turkey influence going on. I like that. I can do a 5 o'clock on a Saturday. I could do that. That's a step up from a 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Yeah. Well, this right here is a quick segue. I don't know how this would work, but I think Tank may be kind of lured to taking on an Inoue ticket, because that's a real big ticket. That's money. Oh well, let me pull that back. In Japan, it will be money. I don't know if Inoue would sell here, but it's Tank, man. It's Tank. Tank could make money from anybody.
It's the intrigue. If it's the intrigue factor from American fight fans, and then the Japanese fans gonna travel. They coming.
How big of a ticket is that? How big of a bag?
The interesting thing here is that Tank is staying down under 140. He's like, his set weight is now 139, 138, and so maybe it's 140 and he's just losing some sweat during training, but he's staying lean right now. That's the point, because he's showing his scale after his workouts, and he been ready. When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And so, contrary to my original thoughts to see him go up to a 147, he's letting the other 3 kings balloon up, and he's staying down. Looks like he wants to make this fight happen down here at the lower weight class.
So you thinking? So we're talking about a potential Tank cutting weight to maybe get down to like a 130.
I don't.
128. Let's get anyway up to 128.
He has the resources. I mean, if he's walking around 140, he has the resources to do it.
That would be interesting. If a fighter in their latter stage of their career actually going down in weight, that could be a testament to his greatness if that's something that does happen. Because now you're dealing with a different factor, maybe potential muscle loss, strength loss, knockout potential. I would be. Now I'm a little more intrigued to see that. Because y'all, as y'all know before, I'm like, if Tank was talking retirement, Go ahead, man, because we haven't seen the fights. Let's see the fights that people really want to see, or are very intriguing. Um, and that'll be one of them. So
Yeah, I think he'll stick around for this because his handlers, are kind of holding him back, and I think this is what they would perceive to be a safe bet.
What management is Tank under? Independent?
that's a great question.
Because I think he got too big.
Puts on his own. He puts on his own promotion.
Okay.
Yeah, notice how I worded that in my phraseology there.
Yeah, exactly. I caught that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tank, like you guys have been saying it, like yes, he needs more inspiration with the fights that he's picking, because I think Cam G in the past episode alluded that it's getting boring. I mean, that like you could see why he feels like he's burnt out, not burnt out with, but he's not getting the fights that he needs to get. So he's like contemplating retirement because he's always whinging and complaining about this stuff is whack, man. This stuff is whack. Like the game is whack. So if he could give us the fights that we want, and I guess the Inoue would be for us who love boxing, like really, really love boxing, we would want to see that clash. Maybe that would be one of his retirement bags. I don't know if there's another bigger bag after that.
Right.
We don't want to see Haney. We don't want to see maybe I want to see Haney versus Tank because
Keyshawn.
Yep. So there's potential fights to be made. Will they be made?
I want to see Haney versus Tank before Keyshawn because of the sparring chronicles. Those sparring chronicles always make Haney and Tank a must see, because this one said this about sparring. We saw this video about sparring. The sparring thing is the one that just makes me want to see David Haney and Tank, because I won't lie to you, I saw Haney putting in work. We all saw that. We saw Haney, and we also saw Tank doing his thing. So if that Haney versus, I know that's sparring. Like some people are just tapering off. They're trying to get different looks. But you both saw those videos, right? Floating around.
Oh yeah.
Don't you not want to see that fight? Like for real, if they're really serious, or you're like, that train passed.
I'm not holding my breath.
Because I know Bill will sell that fight, boy. Like Bill.
Yeah. I'm on the camp of let's see Devin Haney fight again.
Yeah.
To give me any amount of intrigue to seeing what he comes up with. Now, Tank, on the other hand, he has fights that he can make that doesn't require Devin Haney. That could be on the table. He mentioned, or he threw a lot of shade via Twitter /X about guys going to Turkey or going through Riyadh season for fights. I was and that piqued my eyebrows a little bit, because I'm like, Turkey's paying these guys really well to put on some great fights. So I thought that was a little interesting that Tank
free Habibi. Tax free Habibi.
Yeah, I'm like, people are getting money just like how he is. Like, why are you publicly shaming them for chasing what they should be doing as a professional, is getting the most money possible?
It's because he probably feels like how Clarissa feels, that it's on the Jake Paul undercard.
Right.
Kind of one of those deals.
Yeah. It's like, okay, all right, touche. That's how you do that.
If I'm Haney, I'll just bow down to a team much stronger than yours, man. Like, come on, they joining that machine over there in Turkey. Hey, join the Habibi thing, join the Habibi thing, and get that tax-free loot. There's a play, but people are not seeing the play out there. There's a play, and there's a reason why the bigger fights are always gonna happen there. The multi-million fights, the easy bags, you can do it here, but the ones that we rely on multiple investors, if I'm an investor, I'll join teams with Turkey and Riyadh Season and the entertainment group of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Me, if I'm Eddie Hearns, or if I'm the at the top ranking person, I'm going to say, okay, this is a big multi-million fight. Do I want half of my purse going to the higher? No, I don't even want to get into that money talk, but there's a play happening here. And hey, David Haney, if you're not seeing it, I know you know it. You didn't know how. Bill is a very smart guy. Don't hate on the Twitter saying, yo, this is they're opening up for a circus act or whatever. Nah, join the thing, my friend Habibi. Go get that money.
Haney can just keep doing him, man. We don't got much to say about him.
Even Shakur's not fighting on ESPN anymore.